Have you ever tried your hand at something so unique that it feels like you're drawing your own map as you go along? Well, that's kind of how my day felt as I embarked on this new journey of learning sign language. Imagine using rhythm and beat not just to dance, but also to construct a lyrical conversation with your hands. It's like dancing and speaking perfectly woven together, you know? I'm lucky to have found Jane, my sign language tutor, who's as enthusiastic and thoughtful as a mentor could be. Picture this: a typical classroom session, but without any audible words. Crazy, right? Remember the chat in the group today? Max and his never-ending list of binge-worthy sci-fi films? I swear, if he had a penny for every movie he's watched, he'd be richer than Bill Gates by now. And sweet Pierre acting all innocent but never missing out on a match or a chance to mix tracks, as if he's got a portable football field and a DJ console with him 24/7. And talk about Heejin's wit, she could start her own comedy show. When Pierre tried his hand at guessing what I'd taken up, can you believe he guessed it was animal language? While that was hilarious, it did get me thinking about the infinite possibilities of interaction. You know, this intent of learning sign language is not just about adding a feather to the cap, but it's about a belief, a hope to touch lives with my music beyond barriers. The thought of connecting with a whole new set of fans is enchanting, and I can't wait to express my art in a way that resonates with more hearts around the globe. This small step today has truly left a twinkle in my eye and a song in my heart. I'm excited for the day when I can perform my songs in Korean, French, and even in sign language. It's like learning a new dance sequence, but with a more profound purpose. Our chat about languages got me pondering about how, despite having my roots in two incredibly rich cultures, learning Korean did initially feel like sipping hot tea from a saucer, rather than a cup. But now I feel like I finally belong. I don't just speak two languages, I live them. And as the others grappling with their Korean and Italian, we should probably make a language club, don't you think? It'd be so fun to exchange notes and broaden our linguistic horizons together. Whether it's through words, songs, or signs, what matters eventually is our intention to reach out and connect these individual islands into a lively archipelago. And as I said in the group chat, I guess we all should let music be our language and just watch how the world follows. Anyway, it's time for me to retreat into my cocoon of dreams where the symphony of a hopeful tomorrow plays on a loop. Stepping onto a yoga mat always feels a bit like being a tightrope walker. One foot in the known, the other in the unknown. So, there I was today, venturing into the realm of the unknown, yin yoga. It was like being a graceful dancer, but instead of moving to the brisk beat of the music, you move to the slow rhythm of your breaths. Marie, my yoga instructor, is pretty amazing. With the poise of a dancer and wisdom of a sage, she guided me through the postures, ensuring I was comfortable yet challenged. And oh, I must tell you about the studio. Imagine stepping into a tranquil space enveloped in a calming fragrance, the mellow sunlight dripping through the floor-to-ceiling windows, highlighting the natural wooden floors. Pure bliss. Continuing our trend of discovering unique things, today's group chat brought us some tech joys. You know, the one where Max was raving about those new bamboo earphones? It was Hyejin who got the ball rolling with mentioning them first, and I can't help but agree with her. They are fantastic. I used them during my practice and the audio was crisp, really adding a new dimension to my routine. Oh, and Pierre chimed in about needing some while mixing tracks, of course. Also, do you remember Max joking about his food app? I cheekily asked him if it would involve pastries, though. The chat also steered towards the intensity of our lives as trainees and how we manage stress. I mentioned that yin yoga had a slow-paced, calming effect, and it seemed to pique their interest. They found it quite fascinating that this kind of yoga targets deep connective tissues, helping to relieve stress. Max even seemed eager to give it a go after he wraps up his day of coding. And Hyejin insisted on adding it to our schedule, and I couldn't agree more, given our electrifying trainee life. Do you remember how, as kids, you'd find small pockets of calm and quiet within a bustling kitchen, just waiting for a batch of macarons or madeleines to bake, hoping they turn out just right? Haonyurer. Well, yin yoga gave me that same sense of calm and anticipation. With each deep breath, I could almost smell the sweet aroma of freshly baked pastries wafting from every corner of my childhood home. The tranquility, the anticipation, the contentment, it was all very me. Baking has always been my way of unwinding after intense practice sessions, but now, Yin Yoga seems to offer a fresh perspective. Maybe that's what is intriguing about it. The blend of stillness and movement helping to connect the body and mind while aiding in stress relief. Just like how a perfect pastry recipe has the right balance of ingredients, life too demands that perfect blend of relaxation and stimulation, don't you think? And this curious weave of yoga and baking got me thinking about how tools and techniques might differ. But the canvas of self-improvement is universal. Like our chat in the group today wasn't just about the earphones or an AI-based food app. It was about staying in sync with the world and its exciting novelties. Music or yoga, tech or gastronomy, these aren't just interests but threads that keep our dynamic friend group together. Oh, listen to me, rambling on. But I guess that's what makes life interesting, right? The stories we create, the friends we share them with, and the new things we learn about ourselves along the way. Imagine yourself boarding a plane, the contagious buzz of the airport fading into background noise as soon as the feminine voice on the intercom announces the welcoming of passengers. You tuck away your boarding pass and nestle comfortably into your seat, armed with a heart full of dreams and a dance move for every beat. That's how I'm feeling today. Like I'm bound for an adventure, all set to immerse in a vibrant, pulsating Spanish culture. You remember my plan to explore flamenco culture in Spain, right? As I roll up my sleeves to embrace this new chapter of my journey, a travel advisor named Olivia is helping me with the prep. Poring over maps, skimming through travel guides with her has been like exploring a treasure trove of unfamiliar stories and uncharted terrain. Seldom do we realize the grandeur of opportunities sprawling before us, unless we dare to dive headlong. Remember Max's AI-written song? I could almost imagine the playful twinkle in his eyes when he revealed it in our chat today. You can tell he's eager to let the world hear his multi-layered symphony of code and harmony, and so am I. His excitement was so tangible, even through plain text, that I proposed him the idea of composing a Spanish song. I suggested we tinkered around with a blend of K-pop and flamenco. How exotic does that sound, right? Our group conversations are always filled with such exciting revelations, aren't they? Hyejin chimed in, reminding our techno-geek friend about my upcoming escapade into the world of fiery flamenco and fiestas. Max seemed thrilled at the prospect, and so did Pierre, always ready to dive deep into the dynamics of major music cultures. The idea of casting a global impression through our art form was echoed by all, with Hyejin hilariously suggesting we dance on Spanish-Korean fusion beats. Imagining the musical scene as we spoke, my heart took a joyful leap at the idea. Picture us swaying to the rhythmic symphony of flamenco's harmonious strings, blending in with K-pop's compelling high energy. I can almost hear our trainee friends tapping their feet to newly discovered beats and scratching their heads as they fiddle with the Korean lyrics paired with Spain's passionate vibe. Taking a brief pause from the exhilarating brainstorming, I'll share my plan to attend this flamenco workshop in Madrid with Hyejin. The primitive rhythmic pulses of flamenco, paired with its powerful undercurrent of emotions, each note seeping right into the soul, promises to be another enlightening experience. Wouldn't it be an exhilarating spectacle to watch our group dancing to these melodious Spanish beats deftly infused with K-pop's vibrant energy? Though this traveling chapter seems like a roller coaster ride right now, the thought of diversifying my art through the amalgamation of different cultures excites me. It's like a bold endeavor to let the beauty of flamenco seep into my veins within my soul so that I can reflect it through my own art in my K-pop performances. Before I get lost in the realm of these rhythmic musings, let me take a moment to check my packed suitcase one last time.